Hello and good morning. Today let us look at Capricorn Ascendant and the 6th house. The 6th house falls in Gemini, which we all know is a dual airy sign with twin as a symbol and Mercury as the Lord. Here what I am trying to emphasize is that the quality of the sign will have to be embedded in the quality of the Rashi. The Rashi Bhava quality, the qualities of the Rashi or the sign has to be embedded in the Bhava qualities and not the Bhava gets embedded in the Rashi qualities. Therefore, the sixth Bhava of Upachaya, Roga and Runa gets modified according to the Rashi qualities. Therefore, the 6th house of Upachaya, which is service orientation, there will be ups and downs in service orientation. As far as getting loans from the bank, the native will get loans from the banks very easily because Mercury is a benefic planet and Gemini is a benefic sign. The third thought process is that the repayment of these loans may take time because Gemini will say, I can do it anytime I feel like doing it. The other thought processes, as far as Roga is concerned, the Gemini has all the three humors, Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Therefore, the natives will get Roga in Vata, Pitta and Kapha. They also will have problems with their knees. Now, when it comes to repayment of Deva Runa, Matru Runa, Pitru Runa, these natives will definitely repay all these runas because again, Mercury is considered the prince. Prince will say, I will do my duty. So as far as duty bound runas are there, the native will complete it. But as far as repayment of loans and liabilities are concerned, the native may take time. As far as service is concerned, unless Jupiter is influencing the 6th house, 6th lord or the 10th house, 10th lord, the native may not have a very steady career. This should be at the back of our mind before we analyze a chart. Now, let us look at this chart who has Makara Lagna and the 6th house. Now here, Makara Lagna, the 6th house has no planet. There is no aspect on the 6th house. The 6th lord is posted in the 8th house of changes. It is associated with the 8th lord sun himself and lord 10th, that is the 5th and the 10th lord Yogakaraka Venus, and is also associated with Mars. Mars becomes the 4th lord and the 11th lord. So therefore, the 6th house has no planet, but the 6th lord is highly loaded and is aspected by both Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter being Vakra is aspecting the 6th lord and the friends of the 6th lord. Saturn is also aspecting the 6th lord. In the Navamsha, the 6th lord is Vargottama and the dispositor of the sun in the Rashi chart is in his own house. Therefore, the results are that the native will have changes in his jobs. As and when the dasha changes, the native will have changes. He will have obstacles in life because it is in the 8th house of the Rashi chart. Since it is in the 8th house, he will have obstacles. Since the 8th lord is posted in the 8th house, he will overcome obstacles. There will be changes in his career and there will be changes in the profession itself, because the 10th lord is also linked to the 6th lord. Since the 10th house lord and the 6th house lord is linked along with the 4th and the 11th, the native will have gains through his service and through karma. Now let us look at the Dasha Bhukti of the native. Native was born with sun in what, 1 degree or so. So he had the Sun Dasha, Sun Dasha, Uttara Nakshatra, therefore the Sun Dasha for about 5 years or so. Then he had the Moon Dasha for 10 years, that would be 15 years. By the time he came to the Mars Dasha, he would have written his SSC examination and joined the college. Then he would come into service bracket in the Rahu Dasha. Rahu came to the native at 2008. 2008, the native would have been 21 years. By the time 23 years are there, Rahu Dasha, Rahu Bhukti would be continuing. Rahu doesn't influence the 6th house, neither does Rahu aspect the 6th lord, neither does Rahu has any connection with the 6th house. So in this case, how do we go about telling when the native will get his job? Now, in this condition or in this situation, we go to the dispositor of Rahu. We cannot put our hands up and say we don't know what to do. We have to find a method to do it. The method here is go to the dispositor of Rahu. Now, who is the dispositor of Rahu? Jupiter is the dispositor of Rahu. Where is Jupiter posted? Jupiter is posted in the 4th house. He aspects the 10th house. Therefore, he will give the native a job. Since it is retrograde, the native will have changes in his karma. 10th house is karma, 6th house is service. Now, Jupiter does not aspect the 6th house. But Jupiter aspects the 6th lord. Jupiter aspects the 10th lord. Jupiter also aspects the Mars, who is the dispositor of Jupiter himself. This is a complicated chart. It is not an easy chart to analyze. Here, the complication arises because there is no Dasha Bhukti that is influencing directly to the 6th house. So, does that mean that the native will not have a job? Or does that mean that the native will not work? No, because the dispositor of Rahu is Jupiter. Rahu himself is plenty. He is in the 3rd house of efforts. So the native will put lots of efforts. The Lord of efforts is in the 4th house, aspecting the 10th house and the 6th house. Therefore, the native will get a job in Rahu Dasha, Rahu Bhukti, or beginning of Jupiter Dasha, where Jupiter is aspecting the 6th house. In October 2010, the transiting Jupiter was retrograde in Pisces. Therefore, in transit, what we have seen, the native got his job, to the best of my knowledge, somewhere in the month of November, December of 2010. Around that period of time, Jupiter was retrograde in Pisces, thereby influencing the 6th house, and Saturn was in Virgo, therefore influencing the 6th house. Therefore, the native would have got his job around this period of time. As we have already seen, that rogas will come to the native when the dasha bhuktis are not favorable, and we have said that Makara Lagna will always have some illness or the other. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you have understood the video. I have tried to make it as short as possible. Please do like, share and subscribe if this video has been useful to you. Bye bye. Have a pleasant day. See you soon.